3, 2, 1. Do you want to intro? Or you want me to?
I can.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of a Mikeful podcast. I am your host, Gabe, and I'm joined with just Brad today. Johnny taking a little personal day. And we're going to start getting into the week that was. Dude, the UFC card that happened on this card just fell completely apart.
Exploded. Yeah. Imploded. I mean, the cowboy getting beat up was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But,
Because
I mean, it was
what was
sad
the
to see.
original headliner for this card?
It was Sandhagen and Dillashaw.
Yes. And
And
Dillashaw.
Dillashaw got injured in training, I think. I think he broke his collarbone, if I'm recalling that correctly.
I know that Angela Hill, oh my gosh, I'm faint on her name. Amanda Ribas.
Amanda Ribas.
Amanda got COVID.
Yes.
She tested positive for COVID.
Yes.
And so that fight has been postponed to another date because I don't think she doesn't have symptoms. So I think she said it was her last one. And
okay.
I think she believes
might be a false positive. Yeah.
I think that's her perception on it.
Yeah. They got to be safe. Better safe than sorry, especially being like the headliner for COVID safety and everything like that. Yeah. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially when you're selling out full packed houses now.
Exactly. But was there another fight other than that one that got canceled?
I want to say there was. I want to say there was. This card wound up becoming actually nothing.
Yeah, I may have been, and we may be getting confused with the Diaz fight because that one got canceled for the pay-per-view, correct?
Right. It's hard to keep up with all the fights getting fucking canceled anymore.
I know.
It always seems to happen. It's like one card a month is just the cancel card. It's like every other card, they'll have like one, maybe two fights drop off, and then one just gets plagued, and they only have like 7 fights left when fight day actually shows up.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the Donald Cerrone one and the Neil Magny were the 2 ones after that I wanted to watch. And Neil Magny fight was pretty good. That's who I thought was going to win, to be quite honest.
Neil Magny, yeah. That sounds about right.
And then
my boy Joff, I don't know. I like him. It
was another fight that played with names. Neil Magny versus Geoff Neal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, is it Geoff or is it pronounced Jeff? I want to say it's pronounced Jeff.
Huh.
Am I insane?
I don't know. I kind of believe yours more than mine.
I want to say it's Geoff Neal, but like spelt like a fuckhead. Anyway.
Maybe he's French.
Yeah, for our listeners not looking at his name right now, it's Geoff. Fucking tell me how to say that, because
is it Geoff or Jeff?
Yeah. Geoff makes him sound like a fucking Game of Thrones character.
Yeah.
Geoff, second of his name. And then the boy Donald Cerrone, he's apparently not getting beaten into retirement.
Yeah, this is the one that actually had a fight that was almost delayed or canceled because he was supposed to fight the guy that just went crazy. Fabio's boy. Oh,
Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight him.
Right, I remember that. Yeah, and then Moreno stepped up.
Yeah, because Donald Cerrone like commented on it and was like, I don't think he's running the show there.
Yeah,
and to say that,
it's perfect segue because I wanted to talk about Diego Sanchez. Did you see the video, the training video?
Isn't it the one where he's just hanging upside down?
Getting fucking teed off on by Fabia? Yeah. What the fuck?
Dude, I don't know what he's running over there, but it's just nonsense.
Did you see I don't know if I sent it in the chat either, but the footage of him chasing the fighters around with a fucking pocket knife?
Oh.
He had all like the 6 people in his training camp all pile into an octagon. He locked the cage and he pulled out a pocket knife and started fucking chasing him and stabbing at him to teach agility or whatever the fuck.
I feel like there's 3 questions that I have in my head when I hear this story. The first one, is he drugging and like performing cult-like rituals with these fighters to have them maintain with him because he's legit insane? And doing like really weird things to them, convincing them that the UFC is going to try to kill them, or at least a fighter in his camp is believing that.
believes that the UFC is going to put a fucking hit out on him. Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is ironic considering what you just said, that his own coach is chasing him with a pocket knife.
Fucking knife. Yeah. That is mine.
And you think the UFC is the one that's trying to kill you.
Not to mention, I want to say that Diego Sanchez has lost every fight under him.
Yeah.
He's directly related to the decline in Diego Sanchez's career and 100% connected to him getting let go from the UFC.
And like that brings me to the second question that I want to bring up is why? Why do people like follow this guy? He's not good.
I don't know.
It's like how much does the coach and fighter, like how much what I want to say is like how much power does the coach have in this relationship? Because I know you speak highly of your coach, and like you see in the Gaethje and Angela Hill, like their coach, they're super respected. You know what I mean? They're like, you know, they say something and you hold that to like high meaning. But in this scenario, like how much power does this coach have over? Is it drugs? Is he like,
I don't know.
Like we will commit suicide at the end of this? Is this what's going on?
Yeah, he's gonna bring out the fucking Flavor Aid and here we go. Bottoms up, everyone.
Is there drugs involved? Is he like DMTing him? Like what?
I don't know. I'm sure more stuff is gonna come out because it's like kind of the biggest story in the UFC right now. I'm sure we're gonna get more information on what exactly is going on in that camp. Especially with the rest of the MMA world being so outspoken against it and these goofy ass weird training videos coming out. Somebody like McDojo is going to just go all over this and do an entire fucking story, like a 20-minute YouTube video just breaking down how much of an insane person he is.
Oh yeah. Because it's crazy how insane he is and how
it's wild.
How he still has a job. That's the issue, dude. How does he still have a job?
Yeah. I got a feeling that's coming to an end pretty quick.
It's got to.
Speaking of how does he still have a job, Donald Cowboy Cerrone got knocked out 5 times in a row now.
So
actually, I think 4 of his last 5 were knockouts. I think 1 was a decision loss, but still.
So my biggest regret is that because it was plus 700 for Moreno to get a KO. Those were the odds.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, that is really good odds. Like I know he's a fill-in, and from the looks of it, he looked more like a wrestler than a striker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I can see those odds, but I love Donald Cerrone, but that man has a glass chin right now. Like
no, he
the
can't
most
survive.
glass chin I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. So I think I put like $10 on it to win $70. Or I think I put 5 to win 50. That's what I did.
Okay.
And I remember I was like in Gilroy and I was just like, I might be doing something bullish here, but I really feel like putting $42 on that plus 700.
Oh.
That's my biggest regret. Dude, that is my biggest regret. I won $50. That's rough. I was pissed. And then Johnny's like, why are you pissed? You won 50. I was like, there was an inkling. Dude, I would have won like $800, $600. No, I think it would have been $42. Yeah, it would have been $350.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money.
It's a good chunk of change. That's fucking, I don't know, PlayStation 5 money, PlayStation 4 money. I don't know what they go for.
But I was like, damn. Because I just knew, dude. It was one of those moments where I just fucking
That's rough. Yeah. Yeah. But if you did it, it wouldn't have happened. So
I know. Exactly. I figured.
But yeah, straight right up the middle clips Donald Cerrone, and he's not able to recover in the last minute of the first round. Real bad look. Dana White did come out and say he's not firing Cowboy. He said Cowboy wants another shot at 155 because he went up to 170 to fight here. So he said, all right, he wants to fight at 155. We're going to give him another shot. So Donald Cerrone has 1 more fight left at least.
Make it or break it. Wow.
At lightweight too.
I think my wife started watching Donald Cerrone at his loss.
Because that's sad.
Because she's like, and she likes him. And then she's like, I feel like every time I watch Donald Cerrone, he's lost and just got knocked out. And I'm like, I like looked back at it and I was like, yeah, his first fight, I think was the Tony Ferguson one.
Oh, they could let that man get knocked out another 15 times until his record just tanks into the negative and that man still makes it into the UFC Hall of Fame. Like guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was real sad to watch.
Did you watch the Michelle Watterson versus
Um,
Marina Rodriguez?
I checked in and out because it was kind of boring.
Mhm.
It was Michelle Watterson. Like, she had some success. I want to say taking down. Let me check the stats again. No,
One
she
of
had no
five.
success on the takedowns. Yeah, she went 1 for 5 on her takedowns. I
I
remember she was shooting every other time I looked at the TV.
Yeah, I think
And
the storyline on that one was she was getting dominated, but she kept going. Like she kept the heart throughout the whole fight,
well, yeah, I mean,
which 222 total strikes when getting like dominated is pretty good. But it seemed closer than I remember it. I just felt like Rodriguez was able to get a lot more combos and just damage overall.
yeah, she teed off on her. I
Uh,
want to say the output was like 1.5 to 1 or something like that. Let me look. Yeah, damn near 1.5 to 1.
Johnny and I put on the Canelo fight, the boxing one.
Oh, I
It
didn't
was
watch that. How'd
it
that
was
go?
pretty good. It's twice now. I'm not talking smack because this one was pretty bad. He broke his orbital bone, just
Oh,
completely swelled out.
oh,
I think he said at one point he said I'm fine, and then it like really started swelling out, and they like tried to push down, and
it
I think
couldn't even. Yeah,
I think he
yeah.
mouthed out, I can't see shit. and then uh and
Sounds
then they
right. Yeah.
showed the x-rays and like this whole chunk was just off.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, so Canelo's pretty beast. That's twice I've seen the fights end between the rounds, and it was like the corner calling in the towel.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen a lot of boxing matches to really talk on it, but pretty much every single one I've watched so far has had a fight just be called. And I just from going from UFC strictly to that, it is very strange to me. Because you rarely see a cornerman calling the
Throwing the towel
towel
for a UFC fighter.
like damn near beaten to death. I mean, we've seen some pretty
Yeah,
like
Anthony Smith
Anthony Smith,
lost teeth and shit. Yeah,
Tony
yeah,
Ferguson versus Gaethje,
yeah, yeah.
Nunes versus I always have this one memorized, but she broke the girl's nose, and they're like, oh, she was like, I'm done, and the cornerman's like, 5 more minutes. The opposite, the fighter is going like, dude, I'm out, and he's like, give it 5 more minutes, dude. This is a title
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, it's like a kid at wrestling practice. Like 5 more minutes, Tommy, and then we'll go home and get you ice cream.
Yeah, I'll
Like
get you
no,
McDonald's, but
no,
it's
yeah. If a fighter's saying throw in the towel, you throw in the fucking towel.
but so boxing to me, I don't know that one where it's strange to
Well,
me.
boxing's a lot more damage, like long term. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's
fair.
they're taking a lot more shots to the head. And I
That's
know
fair.
the gloves are bigger and whatnot, but that doesn't really prevent like your head getting rocked back every time you take a shot. So it's a lot of damage those boxers take in their
I can see
careers.
that. I can really see that where it's more of quantity over quality.
Yeah, because in MMA, like,
You take
yeah,
one good chin shot and you're done. You've only
yeah, you're
taken two shots in a
exactly
fight.
you're getting hit with smaller gloves, but it doesn't stop the impact. It's actually not gonna feel very fun at all. And not to mention they can submit you. They can do all kind of different shit to get you
Mhm.
out of the fight. In
A lot more
boxing, they're
leg
gonna
kicks.
yeah, in boxing, they're gonna punch you in the head until you fall down.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I can definitely see that. That's why I like watching new sports and trying to find the nuances of it. I never like to shit talk a sport. I did golf, and then I started watching it, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh,
it's not as egregious as I thought it was. It's pretty damn boring, but it's
you've gotta play it. I'm telling you, just play it one time. For the one time, just play it.
I may, I'm just not rich,
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
but
It's
all right.
it's literally fucking like $18 at Bellotto or not Bellotto because they shut that down. Gavlin. It's like $18 at Gavlin
And
for
how,
18
but
holes.
yeah, but do they give you the golf clubs?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh no. Yeah.
yeah, no.
But literally just ask around. Someone will let you borrow a set of clubs. That's all
I
I
think
have to do.
Jaime has one, but he's lefty.
That yeah, don't borrow his clubs then.
I don't know any other people.
Just ask around. Somebody's got an old set of golf
All
clubs
right,
they'll be willing to let you borrow.
I'll
Make
just
sure,
I'll
pro
stand
tip.
outside with a sign that says
Yeah, yeah.
look for clubs.
Yeah, we'll suck dick for clubs. Exactly. No, pro tip though, make sure before you leave, You take one and like pack a couple of ice packs in there and like 6 or 12 beers.
See, that's why I want to go golfing. I do
Yeah.
want to go golfing
You just get fucking
because
hammered. Yeah, that's the whole point.
yeah, it's so cool. Like that's the whole reason why they did 18 holes because they're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, we can double this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. Do we want to move on to next week's card?
Next week's card after I closed my UFC tab, Gabe. Damn it.
Unsmart.
Okay. I forgot we have a pay-per-view card. Michael
Yeah.
Chandler and Charles Oliveira for the lightweight belt.
What was gonna be the second title fight? Was there gonna be one?
I
Or was
think-
it just the Nate Diaz versus
I think it was just Nate Diaz. I think so because I think this was supposed to be the co-main or something stupid because that, or maybe they were the co-main. I don't remember.
I think
This
they were
fight's
the
getting changed.
co-main, and then Tony Ferguson was gonna be like the third fight, which would have been a
Third.
really good pay-per-view card.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still pretty good, but less
Yeah,
fun.
It's not bad.
All right, I'm gonna run down the fights. Give me who you got. Sure.
Okay, we're just gonna quick draw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shane Burgos versus Edson Barbosa.
Barbosa.
Yeah, that's my initial thought process, but I'm gonna give it to Shane Burgos on this one.
Oh, are you gonna put money on that to
I
make
might.
sure that my Barbosa comes up winning?
Yes, I will do that full-heartedly.
Okay.
Definitely gonna see who the underdog is in this one, but it should be pretty good.
All right.
Viviana Araujo,
Arujo?
Arujo,
Good
and
question.
Caitlin Chukagian.
Gotta give it to my girl Blonde Fighter, man.
I'd say that, but didn't she lose her last two fights?
I wanna say
No,
just one.
no, because she beat Shevchenko's sister.
Was that her last fight?
I don't think that was her last fight, but I think that
No,
was one
Cynthia
of her two.
Calvillo was her last fight.
Last fight
and
that she
won.
lost. Oh, she
No,
won.
she won. She lost to Andrade in
That's what it
October,
was.
and
That is what it was.
then she beat Shevchenko in May. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna give it to Caitlin then.
Yeah, her
I thought she was on
stand-up's
a-
nasty.
It is.
Mhm.
Honestly, watching her recently, I've liked a lot of what I've seen.
And I haven't seen her the fights really hit the ground because she is so good on the feet. But I'm telling you, dude, as soon as the ground game starts, watch out for her. She's gonna throw up some sneaky ass submission attempts. She trains
I
with the
know.
Death Squad. Oh, speaking of the Devil, there's also rumors going around that Gordon Ryan, leader of the Donaher Death Squad, might be joining mixed martial arts promotion, which will be exciting. He's predicting he gets his ass kicked, which is kind of funny. Anyway, let's move on.
All right. Matthew Christopher Schnell or Rogerio Bontorin.
Gonna be honest, haven't really seen either one of these guys.
And they're both on a losing. They both lost their last fight. So
they're random bantamweight fighters, and the bantamweight division is just going to be violently shaken up before anyone knows who anyone is because it was just held tight down for so long.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Same with flyweight, men's flyweight. Like nobody knows who anyone is.
Don't even know. Don't even pick this fight. I'm gonna say away from this fight at all. I'm gonna say it goes over though. It's probably like 1.5 rounds because it's 3 rounds. I'm gonna say the over on that one.
Okay.
I have a feeling about that.
right.
Tony Ferguson versus Beneil Dariush.
Thick boy Beneil Dariush. I gotta give it to my boy.
Ooh, I'm going Ferguson on this one.
Tony Ferguson's lost like 4 straight, Gabe. Give it up.
I thought it was just 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just Gaethje and
He feels like he's lost 4
I
straight.
know. It definitely feels that way.
Are you sure? I feel like he's lost at least 3 straight.
Nah. He
L's.
beat
No, you're right. He beat Cowboy. Yeah.
And then he lost to those.
And then he lost 2 straight. But he looked bad in both losses, though. He looked bad.
He did. But against really good people, I'm still gonna go Ferguson.
Fair. I don't know. My thick, he looked like his chin isn't exactly as stand-uppy as it has been, and Beneil Dariush has some heavy fucking hands. Not that I'm saying he's going to be the one to knock out Turd Ferguson, because if Justin Gaethje couldn't do it, I don't think anybody can. But Beneil Dariush can piece him apart on the stand-up, and he's gross when it comes to wrestling. So
yeah, the one thing I got to give it up is that with Tony Ferguson's last fight against Charles Oliveira, I think the chin was just so jacked up because of the Gaethje fight, and most of Oliveira's damage was done with the actual submission that wasn't a submission.
Yep.
At that point, the fight was over. It was just arm was out of its socket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so going to be interesting. I do agree. It's gonna
Takes
be
a
good
lot of
fight.
fucking damage, and he's been doing that for a lot of time.
I
Like
know. I know. It's scary. It
it's
is really
rough.
scary.
It's rough.
He
Tony
may,
Ferguson scares me.
he may be just too tough for himself.
Yeah, if he wins this fight, we should study his genetics. Like he will become a super soldier. Like we just need to train a whole bunch of Tony Fergusons and then like, level out the insane, and then we can teach them to fight.
And then if they ever fight back, just have a bunch of cable cords.
Oh no, you just put like an MI3, like a detonation thing in their brain and done. Oh, he's gone full Tony.
You wouldn't even need to put it in there, dude. He's gonna go so crazy and lock himself in his house because he already thought you did.
He reaches for the emoji key on Twitter one time and they just dead his brain.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right. This is the main one. Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler.
So this is the one that I don't feel comfortable giving a confident answer
Prediction.
on, because I haven't seen enough Michael Chandler. Because I mean, I've seen a little bit of highlights here and there. I watched his last fight a little bit more in depth, and there was some sneaky shit that he was doing that I think a lot of people weren't watching, me included, when we saw the fight. He was throwing like a left-handed jab or something like that the entire time, like over and over and over and over and over and over again. And like was just doing nothing afterwards. So he just throw the left jab and just leave it hang, leave it hang, leave it hang, leave it hang. Eventually, he wound up catching him. I actually forget who he was fighting. Who is he fighting? Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
He wound up catching Dan Hooker with the right hand after the left jab because Dan Hooker thought that he wasn't going to do anything after it because he hadn't seen anything after it. And then he caught him with that right and knocked him down. So he was playing a little bit sneakier and a little bit more technical, but still like at least than we portrayed it on the podcast originally when it happened, than I thought it happened originally. But still, I don't know. I still haven't seen a ton of his fights to know. But Charles Oliveira, man, that's a tall mountain to climb.
It is a very tall mountain to climb. I know Chandler's pretty good at the ground game and pretty good at getting submissions, but there is probably just no one outside of Tony Ferguson that can submit someone like Charles Oliveira. And he will do it better than Tony. I will go on, like, he does it better than Tony. The man is dangerous in so many positions that I don't know. I just think it may be too much for Michael Chandler. I don't think that's where he goes down, but I just think that's an area that Michael Chandler will not be able to rely on.
Yeah.
And so Michael Chandler is dangerous on top. I really wish Johnny was here because both of these are his boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Was pretty upset at both our takes that we just need to see way more out of Michael Chandler before we give him a title fight for this reason.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just, yeah, we're not saying he's not talented. Like, it is a difficult choice to make between these two fighters because they're so good at what they do.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't really know much about Michael Chandler when it comes to UFC talent.
Class opponents, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Hooker was a good showcase.
Yeah.
Like, Dan Hooker's a tough opponent. He wasn't a guy that you can just fucking sleep and walk through.
But there was 24 shots like thrown by Michael Chandler and 19 by Hooker. That's nowhere near enough to evaluate a fighter.
Yeah.
And so that's where my issue. Personally, I'm going to go with Charles Oliveira in this one, just strictly based off of UFC pedigree.
All right. Yeah, I like that. I am going to say there's a 10-8 round somewhere in there, and it goes with a draw, and they don't give the lightweight belt to anybody. They just give it to Tony Ferguson and Neil Dariush, the winner of that fight. They're like, here you go.
They bring him back out.
Yeah, just hand one of them a belt. Yeah, that's what they do.
Super swollen. That's fun. That is fun.
Yeah. So that's next week. Be sure to not illegally stream it. Be sure to watch that 100% legally through the ESPN Plus app.
I do agree. Yeah. Support Daddy Dana.
Yeah. Text me if you're having trouble remembering the URL to ESPN Plus.
We'll do. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know the whole thing. I always just forget how to spell ESPN or.
Yeah, exactly. Where to find the plus key. That's the hard one. Do we want to move on to NBA?
That was the next on my tab.
We're almost there. I think Friday's last day of
Sunday.
regular season, right? Oh, it's Sunday?
Yeah, we got like 3 games left.
Wacky. We're almost there. We're almost doing it. The Warriors are this close. We're in the 8 spot, 36, 33.
Yeah,
Grizzlies are a half game back.
Currently, we would be playing the Lakers for the play-in, and then the loser of that would be playing the winner of the Grizzlies Spurs, as we planned out. As it is right now, it's looking like the Pelicans can sneak into the play-in. Not sure if the Kings can. They're exactly 3 games behind. Not really sure where that's.
Well, and we don't know if the Kings are going to play 3 games well.
Yeah.
Which is even harder to assume than the math involved in figuring out if they have 3 games left.
Yeah, that one is going to be pretty tricky.
Yeah.
And the Lakers can move up out of the play-in spot
to take their Trailblazers, or to make the Trailblazers play for it.
Or
that would be interesting. I would much rather play the Trailblazers than the Lakers for a playoff play-in right now, especially a healthy Lakers. Fuck that.
For real.
Like, why are we having a fucking play-in if the Lakers are going to be the fucking 7 spot? Like, really? How fucking stupid is this?
Yeah, I really want them to surpass
pull ahead. Yeah,
dude, it's
there's a very good chance they will, though.
There is. I think, because I believe they play the Knicks tonight. I know that one. LeBron could have came back today, but they're gonna rest him because they're like, "I'm fuck, we get to play the Warriors."
Yeah.
Then they play the Rockets tomorrow.
Okay.
And the Pacers, and that's it. The the Trailblazers play the Nuggets on Sunday. Because I'm moving backwards. They play the Suns on Thursday, and they play the Jazz tomorrow. Holy shit.
That's rough.
Wow. That is a rough final 3 games.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Please send in all the energy. Okay, let me bet on the Knicks right now.
Yeah, that's rough.
To ensure this magic happens.
In the East, we have the Bulls are on the outside looking in right now. They are 2.5 games back on the Wizards, so they could potentially snag it. And the Raptors are too far gone. They don't matter anymore.
Yep, they've been eliminated.
Yeah, they don't matter. Their games don't matter.
Games don't matter. So yeah, we're looking at the
East. I don't really see moving though.
Well, they're so close. Like, if you look at the Wizards, they can jump all the way to the 7th. Celtics are the only team that can jump out from the Heat.
But I mean, I don't see the playoff, like the main playoff spots. I don't see anybody that's
in the playoffs.
In the playoff or the play in right now. Get out of the play in.
Yes, because I think the Bulls probably can't do it. I think even if they play the Nets tonight.
Yeah, so and the Celtics are 2 games back from the Heat right now.
That right there is going to knock them out. Oh, they play the Nets twice.
Yeah. Oh, although the Celtics do play the Heat today, so they could jump a game up on them, and then they're probably going to whoop on the Cavs because everyone's doing that this year.
And the Heat play the Sixers right after that game. Oh. And then...
Okay, I might be wrong. Celtics might come in and the Heat might drop out. Yeah.
Heat play the Bucks while the Celtics play Minnesota. Oh, my gosh.
We could see a little bit of movement in the play-ins this last couple of days. Could be exciting the rest of the week for basketball.
So the 2 you need to be watching out for are the Lakers and then Portland, how they're doing.
Yep, and Celtics and Heat.
Mm-hmm.
So basically the top end of each of the play-ins. I think the bottom end is probably fairly safe, but the top end you're going to want to watch because there may be a little bit of movement.
And that's really where the movement needs to happen for the okay, you secured your playoff spot, and then now you have to go in this make or break tournament.
Yeah.
Granted, you will be the highest seed in that, but still,
right. And I think the Celtics or the Heat too in the East, like either one of them, it's not going to matter because either one of them should make the playoffs, even in the play-in. But in the West, that's where it gets tough. Like if the Lakers wind up being in the number 1 spot, that's fucking rough.
Yeah.
Like that's especially if we're in the 8 spot. Like that's really rough for us because we lost a game that against the Trailblazers potentially we stand a better chance of winning in my eyes. That's fucking rough.
Oh yeah. So fun stuff to watch this week. Oh, now I'm excited. I'm glad we did that. I'm pretty like now I got something to look forward to.
Yeah. Before we jump into MLB, I got a surprise topic.
Okay.
NHL playoffs start on Saturday.
Oh, that is fun.
NHL playoffs start on Saturday. All the playoff spots are accounted for. The only division that isn't accounted for is the West, where the Las Vegas Golden Knights are on top, but I believe a game back. Their stat line is so fucking hard to read. I probably a game at back-ish. They look a game back-ish on the Avalanche, or the Avalanche look a game back on the Knights.
Yeah. Oh, fun.
Yeah, so that starts Saturday if you are at all interested in NHL. And that's all I have to say about NHL. This is a sport I'm getting into next year. Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's the sport that I want to get into next year. I'm going to just go wild.
Yep.
And say I'm going to go with the Islanders.
The Islanders?
Are they even in the playoffs? I actually do not know how to read the NHL standings.
They are in the playoffs. Yeah. Okay.
The Islanders.
Very interesting call, but okay. Yeah.
Calling it here. I was like, I hope the orange on this thing means that they're in the playoffs because that'd be really embarrassing if they were like eliminated. I'm all Islanders winning it all. Put your money on it.
Yeah, and they're out. They don't have a chance. No. Orange is you're in. Blue is you've clinched your division. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I figured it was.
Yeah, that's why the Knights are the only one without a blue next to there, because the Avalanche might overtake us. And actually, I think the fucking Wild are close on their tails too. Like it's kind of actually a tough fight.
Yeah, because how many games all the divisions are left?
Until Saturday. So I think each team probably plays 2 apiece, maybe 1 apiece. I don't know what hockey schedules look like. It looks like, it looks like tomorrow is all they have. And today, the 2 games that are going on today.
Oh.
And 3 on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then the 1 on Friday. And then the 1 on Saturday.
And then game 1 begins.
So not many. Yeah. And then game 1 begins Saturday.
Oh, well, the Golden play us. So
yeah, Saturday.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. So anyway, if you're interested in NHL, Saturday is you probably know more about what's going on than we do if you're interested in NHL. Mm-hmm. So again, we'll talk about it next year.
Yeah, next year's that's when we'll bring out.
Next year, this becomes an NHL podcast. All we talk about is sticks.
We begin our expansion to a new broad.
Yeah, Canadian market. Exactly. We talk about NHL and nothing else here. MLB, I guess, unless you have any NFL news. I don't figure anything's really happened since the.
I did have a topic for NFL.
Do you want to get into that or MLB?
Let's save it to the end.
All right, because I was gonna say I'm about to go wild.
Yeah. We'll do it after MLB. I figured just an ending.
Let's start with the AL West. Gabe, how are the A's doing?
We're doing all right.
I see you're on top. I haven't watched any A's games except for one this year because I know you're covering all of them.
We're 5-5. Had a tough stint. Not a tough stint, but it was. We had some tough games against the Blue Jays and the Rays.
I heard your relief pitching has been significantly better.
Yes.
Okay.
We definitely got smacked on last Thursday. Like 10-4. It was pretty rough.
That was against the Rays though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Blue Jays. It was when we were pitching or we were hitting against Ryu. And Mike Fiers.
He's fucking tough. Yeah.
Mike Fiers. I think he got hurt again.
He got shelled.
And it's just he's so freaking old.
Jesus, Gabe. Calm down.
The man just he's coming off an injury, so you gotta give him some slack, but it's just both outings he's had, it just has not been good. It almost seems like he's really struggling to just make it.
Well, he could
And
be just dialing back in, trying to find his arm
yeah,
again.
yeah, and then he got hurt again. So it's just getting rough for him.
Yeah.
Like this season is just not going the way he wants it to go. And other than that, we've been doing all right.
I mean, you're still on top of your division,
Yeah,
chasing one of the best records in baseball right now. So
oh
I
yeah,
would say you're doing all right.
oh yeah. 5-5 in the last 10. Other than that, yeah, we play really well. We're winning close games, dude. That is our thing. Get us in a close game, and we're doing really, really well.
Nice.
So it's been pretty fun to watch. Just like sucks because you have to like watch all, and you have a heart attack at like the 9th inning, where you're just like, please, are we gonna do it? And then we do it, either by error most of the time, or
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have been winning by some fucking wacky games.
yeah.
Hey, actually, speaking of teams that do it when the score is tied, I was listening to the Talkin' Baseball podcast today. Have you heard how who is the leader in extra inning game wins right now? There's only one team with the perfect record in extra innings.
Oh,
They're in your division.
oh God.
Yep.
Is it the Angels or the
It's
Houston?
the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
They're 4-0 in extra innings. And I
Wow.
want to say every other team had at least one loss or hadn't played extra innings.
I was gonna say
I think the Yankees were like 0 in
I-
extra innings, like over 5.
I just don't know if we went into extra innings.
You've gone into extra a few times. I've seen the
Have we?
highlights, Gabe. I've seen the highlights. You were sitting in the stands at a game that I think went into extra innings.
No, it almost did.
Oh, right. And then it was the walk-off in the 9th.
Yeah. No,
Right.
we were mounting a comeback, and they just ended it. And then
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Maybe I thought you went to a game that you didn't actually go to.
it could be. I think we did actually, now that I think about it, because I remember going like, oh shit, extra innings.
But yeah, other than that, your division, the Ass Hats moved around a little bit. Houston's on a comeback. They smashed on New York a little bit. No, they lost to New York. I want to say they lost 2-1 to New York. But did you see the one with Jose Altuve?
No.
Because Altuve, everyone in New York's pissed about Altuve. Well, everyone who's a Yankees fan's pissed about Altuve because he won the MVP in the year that they were cheating over Aaron Judge, I want to say. It was Aaron Judge, who had significantly better stats than Altuve outside of just ERA, or not ERA, average, and lost because of Altuve and the cheating Houston. So as soon as he came into the stadium and went up to bat the first time, they got video of the entire New York, or whatever, however many people they allowed inside, the entire stadium screaming, "Fuck Altuve! Fuck Altuve!" It was beautiful. And they did that for 3 straight games. And on the last one, he shut the entire stadium up by taking it yard.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say it put the Astros on top too. Like it was bad. The entire the entire stadium was screaming "fuck Altuve" and then just dead silence. It's beautiful.
That's a cool thing about baseball, though. How like the fans are so like disruptive and can get like it's a known thing to like shut up the crowd.
Oh yeah.
Normally as a pitcher,
yeah,
like you shut them up by the strikeouts, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, fuck Altuve. Angels continue a death spiral for some reason. Although right now the Giants are putting the Rangers in their place. We're trying to smother them back down to last place in their division. We beat up on their ace Gibby yesterday, and then we just won today, like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So they've moved. Somehow the Angels are still below them. They haven't played as many games. I think they had a series canceled because of COVID. I don't know. The Angels have been playing bizarrely recently. And then did we talk about did that happen on the last one? Fuck, a week in baseball is so goddamn long that I just don't remember. It's like if we covered each series, I could talk about these more coherently. But they cut
Pujols?
Yeah. They cut Pujols.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it was somebody else.
I don't think it was on this one.
Okay. So we didn't talk about it in the last episode. Yeah, the Angels DFA'd Pujols in his 10th year of his contract. Man's going into the Hall of Fame. and they cut him from the team. What the fuck? They said it was out of respect for Pujols because their bats are crazy this year. So he was going to be coming in at a DH spot, which he's giving up to Shohei Ohtani half the time.
Yeah.
And then, or most of the time, actually, he's giving up to Shohei because I think he only DHs. I don't think he plays a position. So, like, Pujols was really just going to be riding bench because they have better position players than him. So it's tough, but I think they said they did it out of respect so he could get off their team and onto another one and maybe do something for his last year. But I don't know, man. That seems pretty fucking sketch. So we'll see. We'll see what team wants to fight for an old man at the end of his career.
I know someone tweeted out that he should go to the Rockies.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And try to spank as many homers as he can.
Oh, no, I don't like it for that reason. I mean, I do like him going over to the Rockies just because outside of like Charlie Blackmon and I want to even say Trevor Story's kind of young. Is Trevor Story young? Trevor Story's not young. Is he young? Yeah, Trevor Story's pretty young. So yeah, they got a pretty young team. Having somebody like Pujols on there would definitely help out all these young athletes. I mean, Charlie Blackmon's ancient, but outside of that, they could really do with the experience, and he could also just belt fucking homers all day. That's true as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would be interesting. I would like to see him go to a young team.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool to kind of mentor.
I'd like to see him go to the Marlins. I want to see him help Jazz Chisholm, who's still injured, by the way. This is a Jazz Chisholm podcast.
It is.
AL Central. Tigers fucking suck ass. Literally, I think since the last time we recorded, the Tigers have won one baseball game. They are 10-24. And the Twins are not far off. They are 12-20. The bottom half of this division is stinky as fuck. And the top half, pretty good. I think the Royals might have been fake winning a few games. I think they might have been a little bit better than they are at the beginning.
Because they've been doing really, really bad recently.
Yeah, they're 1-9 in their last 10. So I think things are starting to come around and the universe is resetting because the White Sox and the Indians are slapping dick right now.
I was just about to say, it just seems like it's going to be between them two for this division. And
yeah,
for me personally, I like Cleveland.
Outside of Cleveland having 2 of the 5 no-hitters thrown this year against them, yeah. They lost the one to Rodon for the White Sox, and then who was the last guy who just had? I literally sent the text this morning. It was on Friday. We've had 5 no-hitters this year, and it's fucking a month and a half into baseball. What the fuck?
I know.
What the fuck? Hold on. I got to find this guy's name because we got to shout him out. Oh, God damn it. No. Wade Miley.
Yes.
Wade Miley hurled it. And I actually forget. Cincinnati Reds. He plays for the Cincinnati Reds. I don't have to Google that. Second one. The Reds and the fucking White Sox have no-no'd the Indians. That's rough. But they're still doing good. You're right. I mean, they are catching fire again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I gotta start tuning into some Indians games. I really haven't watched too many of them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I like to pay attention a little bit more to the AL.
Yeah, I know they haven't had they didn't have the greatest of starts. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I was pretty surprised because their pitching was doing really well in the beginning, but I think their bats just got really slow.
I mean, they do have Shane Bieber.
I know.
1 out of 5 is Studley. Actually, I think Shane Bieber's like blown a game this year. But yeah, AL East, Red Sox are still on top, but holy shit, the Yankees with the come from behind. Man, they finally started getting it going. Like it's not an impressive like last 10 record. Like you're not going to look at the Yankees and be like, "Holy shit, these guys are kicking ass." Well, you kind of are because they're winning literally every series they go into.
I was about to say it helped us because it was recently against the Astros, which is like a pretty good team to do it against.
Yeah, I want to say the last 3 or 4 series that they've played, they've only lost 1 game in, and 2 of those were 4-game series. So that's pretty fucking
Yeah.
good. Like they've been playing really, really, really good baseball. The bats caught fire from what I can see.
Yeah. Scary thing. Don't like that, but
Yeah, that is kind of shitty. But yeah, I know the Blue Jays are starting to turn it around too. They've been having a rough year, but like you said, they teed off on you a little bit. But
they showed some flashes of a pretty good team.
yeah, Slim Daddy Vladdy, I'd watch out for. That guy's a fucking secret killer. And the Rays, I mean, Glass now alone, swearing and having his mom text him and everything. Did you see that?
Yes.
When the center fielder made the catch and he was like, fuck, man, fucking Kev, he always fucking has my back. And his mom texted him and got on TMZ because of it. She was like, you need to stop swearing. Kids watch the show. So goddamn funny.
I'll leave it to your mom.
Yeah, exactly. I guess moving over to the NL, staying on the East, we have the Mets somehow in first place, even though DeGrom wound up getting injured. Doesn't really matter. They couldn't get him a win anyway. But yeah, DeGrom out with, I think, right side tightness, they said, which is not ideal. And then did you hear about the Rat Raccoon thing?
Yes, there was a heated debate in, was it the Phillies or was it the Mets?
It was the Mets dugout. It was Francisco Lindor and Michael Conforto, I believe.
Yeah, they saw something and they had a heated debate whether it was a rat or rat or a raccoon, right?
He fucking did. That was not what happened.
Yeah, no,
Francisco
not at
Lindor
all.
was lying through his goddamn teeth the entire time he said that.
That doesn't even make sense.
Hell. Yeah.
First of
Yeah.
all, if you're gonna make up two animals that look alike that you'd have a heated debate, it's either a possum and a rat,
Or possum and raccoon. Possum's the middle ground.
That's true. You can't go from a rat to a raccoon.
They don't even look similar. I've never seen a New York rat, to be honest. I'm assuming they're more terrifying than standard rats, but I can't imagine. I've seen a lot of raccoons in my life, and I can't imagine seeing a rat that I would mistake for a raccoon.
Well, it opens up the embarrassing question of who thought it was a fucking rat.
No, it answers the question of what were they actually doing, because there was no fucking rat or raccoon dugout. It's just some bullshit they were saying. The theory, the word on the street is that Francisco Lindor and Michael Conforto got into an altercation in the dugout. Because he had, I guess, Conforto, a couple of pictures came out where he looked a little swollen. Which is kind of rough because Francisco Lindor's like starting to turn it around. I know he's hit a homer and a couple of extra base hits, I think, in the last week. So he's finally like starting to get his shit in gear because he sucked ass for the entirety of the first month of baseball. So it sounds like now he's kind of starting to, like, the Mets were booing him.
Yeah.
The Mets, who were giving him like $30-something million for the next 10 years, booed him. Anyway. Yeah, so I mean that's all I really want to talk about with the Mets. Good for you, Lindor. Good. Maybe all he had to do was punch a guy in the head, and then just like that, the yips are gone. Like maybe.
Sometimes you just got to make contact with something.
Yep. Other stories in the East. Bryce Harper gets hit in the face.
Oh, that one was an ugly one.
That was gross. Go back and watch it. John Boy did an excellent breakdown. Better than all do. He got hit in the fucking face. That's all I got. We have the Atlanta Braves kind of coming alive. I watched their game against who were they playing? I don't know. It was at Mother's Day. It was on the TV, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not paying attention to my mom at all. You fucking put baseball in this restaurant. I forget who they were playing, but the Braves are maybe it was the Phillies. I think they were slapping around on. And Ozuna and Acuna, those guys are fucking back.
Oh yeah,
because they were hitting the ball deep.
Oh yeah.
So good for them. I expect to see them surge into second place because the Phillies are kind of every other game. But man, that's a tight division. Like outside of the Nationals, who are kind of sucking ass, that's a tight division. Fun to watch. NL Central, the Cardinals continue to dominate. I believe have the best record in baseball, or had the best record in baseball until we won our game like just now. We might be the first podcast to report that the Giants have the best record in baseball.
Yep.
Oh no, we're tied with the Red Sox.
Yeah, 0.611.
Yeah. But either way, the Cardinals are up there. Brewers are also fucking shoving. They're doing really well. Pirates still suck. Reds are kind of coming back to life. I haven't really watched the Central that much. They're kind of doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's another tight division where they're just really fighting it out. The weird shit going on in the NL is in our division because holy shit, we're on top. Let's fucking go.
Not only that, you're on top and the Dodgers are in third.
Yeah. Okay. So let's little respect to the Giants before we start shitting on the Dodgers. How the fuck did we go 2-for-1 against the Padres, but the week before that we went 1-for-2 against the fucking or 2-for-3 against the Padres, and we went 1-for-3 against the fucking Rockies. How does that happen?
I don't know.
I don't understand. And this is literally the second year in a row this has happened where we face the Rockies and like, okay, we should beat the Rockies.
Mm-hmm.
And then we tee off on them in the first game of the year because I think we scored like 11 runs in the first game in that series and then lose the second two. It's like we tire ourselves out in Colorado. Like, this is great. We could hit the ball fucking yard just all day. This is amazing. And then like running around the bags too many times in that altitude just gets to us and we fucking lose the next couple of games because that's what fucking happened.
Dude, I'm just so surprised. You guys are my biggest surprise.
Mine too.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah. And then we beat we beat the Padres. I think 2 out of 2 series we've played against them now. I think we beat them both series. So we're slapping them around pretty hard. We're winning majority of the series we get into, which is what you need to do to make the playoffs.
And I think Sunday, it was just their frustration. And dude, you guys were just right in the high. You're like, we don't even give a fuck if we lose this game. I can't believe we just won 2 series against you guys. And there's
we're whooping on one of the best teams in baseball. Yeah.
It was the older brother just beating on the younger brother because the younger brother's laughing in the face.
Yep. And I guess, you want to shit on the Dodgers a little bit? This should be fun.
Bro, what the hell? What is their last 10? 3-7?
2-8. They're 2-8 in their last 10. That being said, we talked about Max Muncy, who was not doing anything but getting walked. He started turning it around, which is great because he's starting to put more runs on the board for them. But still, I think it's something to do with their pitching because they do have 6 pitchers, I want to say, on the IL right now. And it seems like every time they take a pitcher off, a new one fills his place. So their pitching outside of like their starting lineup is kind of fucking shaky.
Yeah, I want to say it's a really, really bad relieving. Okay, so they get
it's basically
by the Cubs.
Joe Kelly. It's basically Joe Kelly, and they're relieving right now, and he loves blowing games.
Yeah, because they've lost
a lot.
How many series in a row?
A lot. I want to say like
how many series have they won?
Dude, I don't think they've won a series.
They tied the Mariners
in the month of May.
1-1.
Yeah, in the month of May, I don't think they've won a series. They were before this because they were like looking unstoppable. I want to say they were 15-3.
Well, okay, so going back April 16th, they won their series against the Padres 2-1. They tie the Mariners 1-1, and then they lose 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 straight series.
They've been on a slide. Yeah.
5 straight series to the Angels, to the Cubs, to the Brewers, to the Reds, and to the Padres.
Okay, so let's put it this way. It was like mid to late, maybe 2/3 of the way through the April. The Dodgers were 15-3. They are now 18-17. They've been on a fucking slide for like 3 or 4 weeks now. Like it's been rough to be a Dodger. Like, did you see Trevor Bauer talk about how pissed he is? He's like, I came here to fucking win. Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, he said, like, he was saying, like, I can't speak for anybody in particular. He's like, I'm not calling anybody out. He's like, but I'm fucking pissed. Like, I came to this team to win, and we all need to do a fucking better job.
It's a good comment until he wants out, and then it just looks so fucking weak.
Yeah.
But I agree with him. It's something to, like, call out your team, call out everybody.
Maybe he goes to the Giants next year. We're freeing up a lot of money in our books. And he does have
that
to be
next year.
Out.
If he does it somehow this year, or like they trade him, that's such a weak move.
No, so his contract is set up special where he's only signed on for 1 year at a time. So he signed on for this year for like $40-something million, like $42 million. And then he can opt out of the contract if he wants to next year to go somewhere else. And I think they have to pay him a chunk of change to get the fuck out of Los Angeles. And then Year 2, he can opt out as well after getting paid like $43 million. If he wants to opt out of year 3, where he only gets paid like 27 mil, he can just say, fuck you, I'm out. He can opt out at any time, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he has to guarantee a season, but he can just walk away.
What a complete control power move.
That's what you get when you go with when you go in with a fucking Cy Young to the bargaining table.
Yeah.
That and his agent's kind of a fucking spitfire. She's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a 5 foot tall girl who just like I wouldn't want to meet her in a boardroom. She looks like she could fucking be scary. I mean, she's the first major league baseball female agent. Like, you've got to kind of be a badass to get there.
Oh yeah.
She signed the highest paid player in baseball. Like, this is the biggest contract ever in the history of Major League Baseball.
That just happened last year, right?
Last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a wacky story. Rachel Luba, if you're listening, please come on the pod. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all we got in baseball, unless we want to talk about the Diamondbacks or the Rockies. I don't. They both kind of suck.
Nope.
Diamondbacks, I want to say, have lost 7 straight. Like, they were doing really good in the middle of the season so far, and then they think they've lost 7 straight. Diamondback.
Yeah. When isn't it? We did
when they won the World Series that one time.
Yeah.
When Nolan Ryan, or not Nolan Ryan, who did they have pitching for them that was really good? We had him for Randy Johnson. When Randy Johnson was throwing, those were fun years.
We did discuss earlier today through text, but I know the Oakland A's have the MLB. Topic. Yeah, the MLB has approved relocation for them.
The MLB is urging them to seek out other towns that may host them, because MLB is sitting on it, or Oakland's sitting on its fucking hands.
Yeah. And I think it'll put pressure on Oakland, hopefully, because, dude, if you go 0 for 3 in a year, in like 2 years, that's rough.
Start from the beginning. So, in case one of the fans don't know, Oakland has been putting off the A's getting a new stadium for what, fucking 15, 20 years now?
A really, really long time.
And then ever.
We had one that was close. Well, so the whole thing is they want a waterfront.
Right, because San Francisco has it. We have to have it too.
Yeah, and so I think because a lot of people are throwing out a lot of places, and they're ignoring that part.
I don't know why they can't go to the fucking Oakland Hills. Like, how cool would that be? It's the rich part of town. It's gorgeous up there. And it's 100% different than San Francisco. Like, don't try to be San Francisco. You are a different organization.
Yeah.
Go to the hills where it's fucking gorgeous. And you don't have to worry about this fucking fight. You can stay in Oakland if you really want to. I mean, I'd rather have them come to Vegas like they should, but you know.
But then I know how would not. That would be upsetting. I would be okay.
Yeah, you'd have 3 teams walk away from your city.
I know.
Yeah.
One's just like a walk across the street.
And, yeah, exactly. And you're still a fan of the team, so it's not like a big issue. But yeah, it's kind of tough to go to a Raiders game now for sure.
Oh yeah, and then like the Raider games I was okay with, but like an A's game, like those are so often, and they're so much fun. They're so cheap. It's
not to mention, like.
Hurt.
To get there, it costs no money because you can take like barter or whatever too, and you can literally just buy a ticket for the Coliseum for fucking $20 and go on a win.
Exactly. Going to be doing that a lot for the summer.
I am going to be doing that a lot for the Aviators because they just opened up single ticket sales. It's fucked, dude. Out here, you have to. They're like, oh yeah, check this. I could buy like a ticket right now for $18 for tonight's game and be out there at 7 watching the game. But they make you buy fucking 2 of them for fucking COVID protocol. So like it's $18. Yeah, but I got to spend $36 so I could sit next to a fucking empty seat at the game. I may as well just bring my dog, just sit her down. But
that's how it is for the A's game too. You have to have at least 4. And so like no odd numbers. You're gonna have to buy the 4th ticket.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's
so stupid.
They just want to go on a whim. Like I just
exactly. Yeah,
I can't. I'm hoping by like June they open it up a little bit more.
I would think so. Our state's like, I want to say 70% of our population has had their first vaccine shot. So it's like we're getting close to that critical mass of people where we can open back up. In fact, I want to say the Encore and the whatever hotel owns the Encore. It's right next to it. Why am I forgetting? The Wynn. I want to say they've had all of their staff vaccinated and can prove it. So they're open back to full capacity. Like they're allowed to book every room now because their staff is vaccinated for some stupid reason.
Yeah, because I know we're going to Vegas. I love how we're discussing this on the podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. Travel plans. This is a travel pod.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas pretty soon to tour the stadium.
Ooh.
And I believe it's the Father's Day weekend.
Did you see the nightclub they're planning on putting at one of the end zones?
Oh, that's so cool.
Dude, it's like I forget how many people were allowed into it. It was like a 150 person nightclub at the end of one of the end zones. They have like booths and shit set up, bottle service, the whole nine. Like it looks crazy.
If there's a dance floor,
it didn't look like there was a dance floor.
Okay, I was gonna say that's gonna be really extra. You spend how much money to go to this game, and you're gonna spend
just fuck around. Well, it looked like there might be like in between the seats. It was just a concept image from what I could see because I don't think they have this done. But it was like a pair of seats that were shaped like this, so they were facing each other, and it looked like maybe a table, if not an empty space in between. You may be able to dance. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't be doing that. That's dumb as shit.
Yeah. You do that literally any other building.
Literally anywhere else. Yeah, I paid money to watch a sporting event. So that's like the people who rent the fucking pool at the Diamondback Stadium or the Aviators Stadium. Like the people who rent the pool are the dumbest fucking idiots. Like I could see if you're like a group of parents and there's a bunch of kids, like you go fuck around in the pool. We're going to watch the baseball game.
Yeah.
But like adults who are like, let's have a fucking pool party at the baseball game. It's so cool. It's like, what did you fucking spend all that money for? Yeah, just find a friend with a pool.
Yeah.
So stupid.
But so, yeah, the issue with the A's is going to be pretty interesting to watch. And hopefully they can get it resolved in Oakland.
I don't think they are.
Or somewhere in California. Please don't leave me.
I don't think they are. I guarantee you they're not going to stay in California. How many big market teams does California have for baseball?
Yeah, that's true.
5.
A lot.
5 of them. That's rough. So I think they're going to be looking for new territory.
Vegas.
I think Vegas is the only right answer.
Vegas is the only right answer, dude.
I think it is. We don't have an MLB team yet. We're a huge market for every sporting event because we have teams of every fucking color here. You can find a fan of any goddamn sporting team here in town. So anytime that team comes here, you're going to sell a bunch of tickets to that team's fans, as well as any A's fans that come, A's fans that travel in to come see the new stadium. They're going to kill it out here.
That and Vegas residents are so eager to jump on something that slaps the name on it. You know what I mean? Because Raiders, they said it was a lot of Raider fans just popping up.
Dude, every third license plate I see on the highway is a fucking Raiders license plate.
Nice.
Or a Vegas Knights. It should be fair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
But it's a very good mix. It's like a 50-50 of literally every other license plate is a Knights or a Raiders license plate.
Yeah. So it is probably the move. I really, really hope they can.
Well, and not to mention, it's so fucking cheap. Like companies like Tesla are moving here. It's wild not to move here if you're an organization like the fucking A's, where not only are you going to get a shit ton of tickets sold, because who doesn't want to watch? Like, if you are in Vegas for something unrelated and you find out the fucking A's are playing, are you not going to go watch them? Like,
that'd be pretty cool.
I guarantee you the Raiders are going to sell a bunch of tickets to just casual people who are like, do you want to go watch a football game in Vegas? Yeah, of course we do. And
a lot of casinos are already doing like ticket plans. You can win them.
Yep. And then A's tickets, it's going to be a new stadium. They're going to be more expensive than you're paying now, but it's not like it's going to be buying a ticket to go watch the Raiders play.
It's the only thing I have is wherever they go, it'll be a new stadium, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
Because new stadiums are very nice. Like, I'm very excited for the Raiders stadium.
Yeah, your stadiums are really bad. Not the Raiders stadium, the Oakland one. Yeah. Shit. It's horrible.
It's got awful.
It's an actual dump.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of NFL, I had a fun question that I thought of. You are going into, I would say, your second series year watching NFL.
Yes.
I can only imagine. I think we've spoke on it. Maybe more than half of the Niner games before last year, right? It was what you would watch, if that. You probably try to catch as many Niner games as you could. And I can say we witnessed it with the amount of texts we got from you, the amount of times we watched you watching it, even from a distance. You probably watched more than 32 times the amount of games you watch, because you were following way more teams.
I was watching Red Zone, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I watched them all.
the best way to do it.
Yeah, I watched more baseball in the last or football in the last year than I've watched in my entire life previously, guaranteed.
And yeah, dude, I've never seen somebody just like skyrocket their watch view time. And so my question to you from the first year, outside of the Niners, do you have a new favorite second team? Like a team throughout just this whole season watching, you're just like, I fucking love when they play.
I mean, the easy answer would be the Raiders, right?
Oh,
They're my local team, and
okay.
you and Johnny are both Raider fans, so we wind up talking about them all the fucking time. But they're not. I got to stick with my Miami Dolphins
Okay, Miami.
as just being the team that's very fun to watch every Sunday.
Okay, I like that.
Same thing with the Miami Marlins. It's just fun. The town's got a lot of fucking style, a lot of flavor behind their athletes, and they're just fun to watch.
Honestly, surprising you say that because Johnny would probably agree that the Miami Heat is a fun Miami's
basketball organization.
Miami has a luxury of being able to put neon on anything of their sports team, and you'll eat it up. You're just like, oh, I love that neon turquoise. I love that neon pink. It just screams Miami Vice.
So Miami, it's got such a like a Latin and a Cuban influence too, because I mean, everyone who emigrates from Cuba goes to Miami.
Yeah.
And it's like, even their team. Yeah, exactly. Even their team. I mean, Jazz Chisholm's the first real big major league player from the Bahamas. Like it's all those like Latin and I don't even know what you'd call the island
Caribbean islands
over there. Yeah, exactly. The Caribbean islands. So much flavor in those people. Like they have so much like energy and emotion and passion, and you can feel it in those teams too. Like it's great. I fucking love the teams in Miami.
Nice. Okay, I like that answer.
The runner-up's the Browns for sure.
Okay, is it because of Chubb?
It's partly because of Chubb, also because I really like what they've been doing. I mean, I told you they were my dark horse, and I mean they fucking almost did it. Like they're really exciting to watch too. They win a lot.
It's pretty funny that you'll ask most people what their second favorite team, and it's going to be most of the times on the opposite conference. So mine, like I love Seattle, like I love a lot of NFC teams, or they're bottom of the barrel on your division. So I like the Jags, I like the Miami because they've been known to be so bad. Like I love Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like
everyone loves an underdog story, right?
Everyone loves the guy that's been historically bad, and then they rise up, and you're just like, okay, fuck the Patriots, fuck the Steelers, like fuck all these people in my division, I hate them. And then you're just like, I like these guys. And so my second question is, after watching the year, who's a team you really never paid attention to, but now you hate them? You're just like, I really don't like them now.
Oh, like a team that I didn't before. I was gonna say the team I don't pay attention to is the Jets.
Okay, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair.
Yeah, it's a team I just don't care about anymore. Frank Gore's still fun to watch because I have a lot of fond memories of him, but fuck the Jets. A team that I hate. It might be not really. I want to say Steelers, but I know that's not true. There was one team, I forget, where every time I watched them, maybe I'm trying to block this out of my memory just to not have it here because I'm really having a hard time. It was just one team that just seemed to be like overly aggressive every time they were on the field, where it's like you're just out here to hurt people because you suck as a team. Like, stop.
I think it may have been the Jets. The Jets got a lot of calls like that. They were just so bad, but they were like out to damage players. They out damaged you guys.
I think it might be one of the New York teams. So yeah, I think you might be right with the Jets. Either that or the Giants kind of sounds right.
Could be them too.
Yeah.
I know they were pretty bad, and I could see them being pretty overly aggressive.
Yeah.
Mine is, I don't have to worry about them anymore, but it used to be the Colts. And they were one of my favorite teams too, but the minute they got Phillip Rivers, they fucked me.
They gave up
every step of the way.
Yep.
Whether I was like, okay, they're good, they're gonna win this one. I believe in them. I bet on them. I put my bet. Nope. And then I'm like, no, screw the Colts. They're inconsistent.
Yep.
They're gonna suck. Nope. Phillip Rivers fucks me again.
Yep.
A man has a disdain for me.
Yeah,
he
really
knows.
does.
He listens to everything I say, and he's like, fuck that guy.
He's Phillip Rivers. If you're listening to this, please come on the podcast so you can shit on Gabe in person.
Please. And then the one that you said you didn't pay attention to, last one is what's a team that now, even through this offseason, what's a team you want to pay attention to this year that you're like looking most forward to? Not quite the same question as the first one.
Yeah, like who am I planning on putting more investment into this
Yeah.
year? Um it might be
Or
it might be
maybe,
it might be the Bills, to be honest.
okay.
The Bills are good, and I kind of knew that going into last year. So I was like,
Hmm.
I don't really need to watch too many Bill games to like
Yeah.
figure out what's going on in that organization. I already know like it's Josh fucking Allen.
Yeah.
Even a guy who didn't watch that much football could figure it out.
Yeah.
But I might watch them more next year just because now it's like I'm caught up. I figured everything out where all the teams are, and now I can really focus on like why are these teams good. So I plan on
Okay.
focusing on them more.
Gotcha. Because it kind of leads into what I wanted to finish off with is what is the thing that you're looking to pay attention to? Because you know how you like watch more and more sports. For me, for UFC, it
Mhm.
was a submission game. Like after my first year of watching UFC, I was just like, okay, now I want to figure out what's like what makes
What
jujitsu.
aspect to look for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
Uh,
okay, they're flattening them out. They're using their hips. So what's an aspect that you want to kind of focus on
so
this year?
what I want to focus on, it's more of a me thing than something that's going on in the game that I need to pay more attention to because it's me watching the game. It's watching the play unfold. I don't want to
Mhm.
do that so much anymore as like predict what's going to happen by looking at the lineups, looking at how the defense is set up, look at how they play stuff and kind of predict in my head where the play is going to go before it happens. That's what I want to do is focus on just deepening my knowledge of football and like why they're doing what they're doing when they line up.
Yeah, that
Like cuz
definitely makes sense.
I'm watching the game. I understand the game and I can pay attention to the game. But it's like baseball where all these little things that I'll notice cuz I watch a fuck ton of baseball versus fans that don't watch as much baseball, they may not notice little things here and there, little indicators of what's going on in the game past just what's happening on the field. But football is one of those things where it's like, why are they shifting this way? Why are they lined up like this? Like, what are they doing this for? And I watch it happen. I know what
Yeah.
happened at the end, but I need to know why it's doing that.
And it's something that like you may have already done throughout the season because it there's some things that you can kind of pick up pretty quickly, but it's like situational strategies, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what I always love to pay attention to in sports. Is like in baseball, okay, you got a runner on third, and there's only one out. Like my thought has always been like, oh, like the sacrifice pop fly. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
How do you play it to limit the damage?
exactly, like you need to hit it deep enough where your runner can come in and stuff like that. And you don't want like a low pop. And so it's stuff like that in football. Like if it's 3rd and 10, they're not running it. It's not an inside
Right.
run. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so it's like now you're able to see those shifts. You're able to see the formations and be like, okay, it's probably a run, but what kind of run is it now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
So
it was really a lot of what is the defense doing that was confusing me the most because
mhm,
the offense you can tell what they're doing early on,
yeah.
obviously, by where the
Hmm.
fuck is the ball, but what the defense is doing is really what I don't have a firm grasp on yet, and that's what I want to figure out more of. I want to pay attention to defense more this year is what I should say.
I know that's one thing I've always wanted to try to get into and learn is just the formations from just looking at it pre-snap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for some reason, it's just like I kind of understand for like a base level, like okay, that's cover two, that's cover this, it's man to man. It seems like zone, but I that's one thing that's an area that I want to get more in tuned with, and because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's going to help with evaluating defensive players of like okay, what scheme do they fit, what kind of player are they, and so no, I like that.
yeah. And it should just build a deeper appreciation of the sport too. Like, I mean, when you see defenses as like a casual fan or even someone who's not super knowledgeable on it, like me, like, okay, yeah, it was a guy who hit a guy, like they
Mhm.
tackled, okay, and you could tell like man coverage, zone coverage, like you can tell the difference. But
Yeah,
why are they doing this? What are
yeah,
they doing this for? Like, what are the nuances to what they're doing that other teams don't do? Like, that's what I want to get into.
yeah, same. Well, cool. I'm very excited, dude. I was very impressed with your knowledge and
Thank
your
you.
attention this year. I was just like, it showed up at fantasy full heartedly, but then it showed up even more in the pickums where I was like, yo, because you went into that saying like full heartedly, I'm gonna look at the favorites. I'm gonna look at like odds in Vegas and kind of trust those. And then halfway through the year, you were just like well known enough to be like, actually, this is the underdog I'm choosing because of this reason. And it didn't seem like you were just like taking someone else's like opinion. You were just actually forming your own through the knowledge that you were learning. And so
got to engulf yourself in it, man.
got to engulf in yourself. That's what I did for UFC.
That's
Dude.
what I was gonna say. You did the same shit for UFC 2 years ago. You didn't know shit about UFC. You didn't fucking know anyone.
Yeah, and that's what you just have to understand, that every sport is so beautiful once you can get in the mind of the professional.
Right.
You would really need to, like, the minute that you can go like, why is he doing that difficult? Because it's always the little things that look so easy and we shit on players all the time for. And it's 100% the thing they've done a million times because it's so difficult.
It's the basics. I mean? You have to master the basics. Yeah. And these guys have.
And so, no, that is really cool. I agree with our appreciation for each sport.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why next year this is a golf pod.
Oh,
we're just gonna appreciate the fuck out of some golf.
We're gonna be into shambles.
Yeah. It's just gonna be nothing but fucking birdies, eagles, and dirty dangles, because it's also an NHL pod next year.
Sandos, dirty dangles. Don't worry, we got it all, boys.
That is it. That's all we're gonna talk like. Yeah. So be ready. What is it? December, I guess we can do the shift.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. In December, all the sports kind of roll around. We're not going to talk about the Super Bowl.
Nope.
We're going to be talking about
Tom Brady's not in it.
Exactly. We're going to be starting about the start of hockey season. Yeah.
Even preseason proceeds over every other sport.
Right. And a lot of MLS, Major League Soccer.
Yeah. We'll get in there.
So get ready. Next year is going to be wacky. And Johnny can't say anything otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that'll do it for another episode of a Mike Full Podcast. Thank you for joining us. As always, check us out on Instagram, Twitter as well, YouTube, maybe where you're watching this. If you are, turn your phone over, just hit that like button for us. Thank you. Really appreciate you. And also be sure to follow us on Spotify. Hit that little follow button. It doesn't cost you any money, but it'll help us feel better about ourselves. Bye.
Bye.